Happy Friday, y'all. I hope everyone had a great week. I think you probably can hear Sadie's bell on her collar. She's walking around. She might join us later, but the deck door is open and there is a bird feeder out there. So a lot of times she takes more interest in that. All right. So I'm trying to get this in a little bit earlier today. We had graduation. I got to participate in that, so I'm home a little bit earlier, and kind of nice to get this done and not wait till later on in the evening. So little progress this week. Still not going to tell you what this is. So I've done the whole background with a Faber-Castell watercolor, and now I am working on the details using the Prismacolor colored pencils, and those I dip in water, so it sort of gives it a colored pencil technique, watercolor pencil technique. And this thing I think will look really neat when it is finished. And I'm going to do several of these as well, and different media, so I will probably try acrylic. And in fact, I really want to start working a little bit more with acrylic. That's not my normal medium. I'll use watercolor pencils, colored pencils, watercolor paints, and of course oils. And the reason for doing a lot of things in acrylic is because I can up the production. So oils are very temperamental, and especially for mine, they're multi-layered pieces. I keep looking at them like you can see what I'm looking at. So mine are, multi-layered pieces, so it takes a considerable amount of time to dry, and it would, even if I didn't have a full-time job, it would still take a considerable amount of time. And acrylics you can do much quicker, and they dry faster, and if you mess up, you can pretty much fix it. But oils, I've had to sacrifice two oil paintings that are going to end up staying with me. So I'm going to try this out with acrylic and see what happens. Maybe a bigger size. Okay, and the pansies, I've done the second layer with the Faber-Castell, and now all I have left to do is go back and do some touch-ups, highlights with the Prismacolors, and then this one will be done. And this is going to be used for maybe journal covers, or maybe a planner cover. Let's see what I can do on Amazon. So my neighbor suggested it, my mom suggested it. So maybe I can make $1 here or there, and really cool image. So that one I'm working on. Of course, there might be a plane coming in. The McCullough airport that used to be called McCullough was a more local airport, and now they're Cobb International, so there's a lot more plane traffic, unfortunately, when I have a lot of auditions at home. So I set things up and then planes come in, and it's very distracting to me. Just one of the things I have to deal with at home, besides noisy neighbors. We had some noisy neighbors that played the stereo too loud that moved out. So thank God. And then they were college kids, and then an older couple came in. I love to play the stereo really loud, and I've had to go down and complain a couple times. It's so annoying. I just, wear your earbuds if you live in communal housing, like an apartment. Then you can play your music as loud as you want, and nobody in the house to hear it. Okay. So I'm also working on this tulip picture for another image for journals and planners perhaps. So this one I used the Faber-Castell pencils. I've gone in there and then tried to get the background to be blurry. And in fact, I also used watercolor, because the Faber-Castells weren't giving it quite the look I wanted. So this, I guess you could qualify it as mixed media. So watercolor pencil and watercolor. And the tulips in the front are going to be more in focus. So when I finish this, I'll get in some of the highlights there, so you have that kind of that image of the light shining through these petals, and I think this one will turn out really cool, and I might try this one out in maybe some oil or acrylic too. Let's see how this works. But these two will be in focus, this one as well. This one may or may not. We'll see how it looks in the image. It is out of focus, of course. Credit to my sister Laurel, who shot this photo that I'm using, and I think I'll have fun with it. So I still hear Sadie walking around. I'm going to cut out, and we can take a look and run on over to the studio. Well, walk, it's so far away. That's right, Sadie. I don't know if you heard that. So anyway, I'm going to cut out, and I will see y'all in a sec. Heading on over to the studio. Alright, so Sheila, I'm starting to work more on refining this neck and the shoulder over here, along with the chest, and it's being, and yes I am, and it's being really reflective too because it's wet over here, and I put the newer lights on here. Hello. Alright, you gonna say hello? You're jumping up on me. Say hello to everyone. I'm zooming in. Say hello. Sadie, say hello. You're gonna jump on me again as soon as I turn around. Alright, so that one is so close. And then I'm gonna still have to put some of these little, what I call fireflies, although it's really reflective of the light from the orange and the yellow and red. And then that one is so very close. So again, just a little bit of refining over here. Oak tree. Then I was gonna thicken it up a bit, and I am putting in some more trees, so there's gonna be several of these in here. So it'll give kind of a cool effect with these pine trees that are vertical, and then the oak tree with all its branching. So that adds another dimension, another layer to it. And just a little bit of things with these shrubs down here. And so this one is coming along. And let's take a look at Amma. No, Amma, really what we did is first coat of the frame, and try to get that in there so that I can pull out this wave and see how that, when I pull it out, what I need to do over here. Yep. Well, I know. You already got a treat. You didn't eat it. Well, I mean, I know you're not hungry for that. Well, I can give you broccoli. Want broccoli? Okay, I'll switch out the treats. Who's not spoiled? Alright, say goodbye to everyone, Sadie. Hello? No. Alright, well, I'll leave it on Sadie. And Sadie and I both will see you all next time.